Hey, what is up, my little munchkins, my little gents and jants? First of all, before I even start what my topic is going to be today, I just want to give some props to the people who wear retainers, okay? I got my braces off a few days ago, and let me just say, I totally hate my clear retainers. They're bulky and nasty, and I just can't stand them. So, whoever wears retainers of any kind for longer than 3 hours a day like I have to, I give you props, kudos to you. So, back to my story. School's starting soon. For me, anyways, I start in a few days, and some guys may already started school or going to start school very soon too. And I don't know about you guys, but I don't want to go. I'm no fan of school. Like, I never have been, but I don't want to go to school. I want to live out summer as long as I can. I want to, get gnarly tan lines on my shoulders from bathing suits and get blisters on my feet from the hot pavement. That's what I want to do. That's my summer dream right there. And so to relive the last bit of summer memories I have, I'm going to tell you guys what I did for my summer, okay? I live in California, and my sister Jill, she lives in Idaho, and we're best friends. We're closer than a lot of sisters are, and I wanted to see her. I wanted to hang out with her because I never get the chance to. So June 13th was when I got out of high school, and June 15th is when I was flying up to Idaho. To be honest, I was a little disappointed because I couldn't spend time with my sister. Not my sister, couldn't spend time with my friends before I went to Idaho. I was bummed out, but my friend Shelby, she gave me the best go-away birthday present ever. We went to the mall and she got me a customized, personalized shirt with Halo written on it, so that was a nice treat. So, June 15th, I fly up to Idaho, and June 17th, I turned 16. So I have my learner's permit to get my driver's license, and I'm stoked. I love driving, and just like, give me the car keys and I'll, drive you anywhere. And, I hate Dead Smack Sam. I'm just gonna say that right now. Totally hate it. Anyways, back to the story. So, Jill said I could drive her car. She has a Mercedes. My car is a 2000 and something Honda Civic with, if I floor it, it's gonna take 2 minutes just to go 60 miles an hour. While Jill's car, if you floor it, it's gonna go like 180 in 3 seconds. No, I'm just kidding. That's not a real statistic. Anyways, and so Jill says you can drive to Twin Falls. I flew into Boise, which is about an hour and a half, 2 hours away from Twin Falls. And, that was the best present she could have given me. So we get my bags from the airport, and we go in the car, and I check the mirrors and seats and whatnot, make sure everything's all good. It's good. And we start driving around town looking for a place to eat for dinner, and she's already freaking out, because apparently I was tailgating or stopping too late when the red light hit. Whatever. Just kidding. And so she was already freaking out. And to get to Twin Falls, you have to drive on a freeway for a few minutes, and then the freeway merges into a 2-lane highway. And I didn't know that. But, I'd driven on the freeway before, so I wasn't too scared. And once we get on the highway, it's all good. Smooth sailing. Oh, that was terrible. I hate these retainers, I swear. Smooth sailing. And I'm going 83 in a 75 mile an hour highway. Jill gave me the approval, so I wasn't too scared about anything. I was minding my business. I was in the left lane. The right lane had all the truckers and old grannies who didn't know how to step on the gas. And I was going super fast. It was awesome. I keep picturing it in my head right now, and it's just bringing the biggest smile on my face. And halfway through the destination, check the oil, light came on. Something was wrong with the oil tank, whatever. Richard is my sister Jill's husband. He is a cop, he was working night shift, so there wasn't too much to do. And he said, come on by to the nearest gas station. I'll be waiting there. I'll check your oil and make sure everything's alright. So I was like, okay. So we go in there, we give each other our pleasantries, we make fun of each other for a while. And then he sets us back off on the road. Everything's good, the oil's all dandy. So once we get back on the highway, Jill's telling me to go 78. And I was like, what? Why? I wasn't doing anything wrong. I was staying in my lane, doing my own business. But I didn't argue with her because, I'm a new driver. I didn't want to freak her out, too bad. I didn't want to get my license revoked before I even got it. So I go 78. I'm still in the left lane, might I add. And, I always go to the right when a car's behind me that wants to pass. But there was a car behind me. A pretty substantial distance behind me, I should say, and I didn't move over to the right because it would take 5 minutes before the car even came close to passing me. So I'll just wait a few minutes before I move over to the right. Jill and I are talking about my birthday, which was gonna be awesome, which it was. And then I'll look in my rearview mirrors again, and all of a sudden I see red and blue lights flickering. I'm like, holy crap. I start yelling at Jill. I'm like, Jill, is that Richard? I swear to God, if that's Richard, I'm gonna be so freaking mad. I'm gonna ugh. She's like, no, it's not Richard. It's not Richard. Just pull over. And so I'm pulling over. I'm like, Jill, if that's Richard, you're gonna sleep with one eye open tonight. You better believe it. And she starts laughing. She's like, that's not Richard. And so I pull over. I'm freaking out. My hands are shaking. I'm all sweating like a pig over here. And a cop comes over on my permit on my lap. I'm waiting for the good girl. A cop comes over. He's like, Miss, do you know why I pulled you over tonight? I'm like, okay, I was going 78, 3 miles over the speed limit. There's no way he would have pulled me over for a speeding ticket unless I was like, unless he was slow that day or whatever. I don't know how cops do it. And he said he pulled me over because I didn't get over to the right lane when he wanted to pass me. And my jaw dropped. I'm like, what? I just took my driver's ed class. There was no rules saying I had to pull over. Like, this guy must have been slow. Like, what? And he's like, if I want to pass you, which lane do you have to be in? I'm like, the right lane. He's like, so why weren't you in the right lane? I'm like, okay, honestly, if that was him behind me, he must have booked it, And I'm scared. I'm scared to say anything. I didn't want to get in trouble. And so he's asking me these questions. He looks at my permit and sees I'm from California. So he's like, is this your first time visiting? I'm like, no, I've visited before. And he's like, oh, so how do you like it up here? Are you gonna go to the Boise River? Go base jumping? I want to go base jumping, but my sister says no. And he's asking all these questions. He's really friendly and all that, but he has a stern look on his face, so it makes me timid. I guess that's what cops do. And he finally says the last question. I'm like, yes, I'm not getting a ticket because this is the last question. I don't know what I'm getting a ticket for anyways. He was like, so Caitlin, what's your PSN name? I'm like, my what? What? And he's like, what's your PSN name? I'm like, you got to be kidding me. I turned to Jill, who was quiet the whole time I was pulled over. She's laughing her booty off. She has tear rolling down her eyes, so I'm laughing so hard. And then up comes Richard behind the car, and he's laughing his butt off too. I'm like, you guys are such jerks. Oh, I hate them. Okay, I don't hate them. I love them. It was a pretty good joke, I got to admit. But, it scared the crap out of me.